Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. It is the Raw Recap brought to you by Russell Buddy, and I am your Drip King, Jimmy Bebe. We had, in my opinion, in the opinion of a few others that I've seen on the Twitter feed, a fantastic episode of Raw. This is the kind of show we expect after WrestleMania, the true Raw after WrestleMania. It's a month later, though, so it's not that. It's just a really good episode of Raw. And it just happens to be on the 20th anniversary of Randy Orton. So the show starting off as it should, a celebration of that man, Randy Orton. You got all the wrestlers outside the ring. You got Riddle. He's in the ring, carpets out, and he's let it be known this is a celebration for the man. Riddle just doing what he does best, hyping people up. Getting the good out of Randy. You could just see the happiness in this man when he comes to the ring. He mentions it. He loves Riddle because he's never had this much fun before. And I think this is just a true testament to how good Riddle is. I'll get to that a little bit later in the episode. But basically this whole segment boils down to they do a beautiful video package of Randy. Didn't give away too much. That's for later on when it's time for his flowers. But it was a really, really good video package. Then Cody got his entrance to come out to the whole legacy thing. Nice little nod they had there. After that, we had Ezekiel come in the ring. He decided he wanted to introduce himself to people. He goes, "Hello, I'm just letting you know. My name's Ezekiel. Nice to be you." Shakes hands with Randy. Then here comes KO through the crowd. He's a liar. He is a liar. That's Elias. Don't do that to Randy tonight. Randy, don't believe him. Just KO still going with that whole conspiracy theory stuff. He's selling it. He's making it work. It's fantastic. Then after that, in comes Seth. And no, I skipped this completely. Seth came in before Ezekiel. I apologize because he came in after Cody and he was basically talking about Cody's just going to be here to steal your spotlight like he did to me at WrestleMania. And then after all that, the Usos show up and they're doing their thing, talking about our favorite Randy Orton moment is when we win the tag titles for them and unify them at WrestleMania Backlash. So you had all these 8 people involved in this segment along with everybody outside the ring. I think we know what his heads. We had Anna Pierce come out and say, I'm just here to make the best match I possibly can. It will be the Usos teaming with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins as they take on RK Bro, Cody Rhodes, and Ezekiel, Elias's little brother. So that's your main event tonight. Big names, big match, setting up just preview stuff for WrestleMania Backlash. I like it. I'm not hating on it at all. I think it's a good way to get a lot of people involved in a main event and give Ezekiel a nice little spotlight to give him, just test him, see what he's worth. Yo, Nick, what up? Nice to see you in the chat. After that, we go to a Bianca versus Sonya Deville Women's Championship match. A little surprise they do this early. They didn't let this one breathe at all, but it's happening on this show because I believe it's in Tennessee, so they got to get the Bianca home crowd involved. Bianca makes real quick work of her, and Sonya gets counted out. But then Sonya says, nope. I slipped on water, and now match is restarting. No countouts. So Bianca's okay, and she starts beating her up again. And then Sonya takes a chair, hits Bianca, and hits her again. Disqualified. And then she says, nope. We're restarting this match, and now it's no countout and no DQ. As this happens, out comes Carmella and Zelina because they're back together again. That's my one gripe on this whole episode is that didn't make sense. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Bianca is now in a 3-on-1 match against these girls. Essentially, commercial break, come back. Bianca's holding her own. KOD, Sonya wins the match. That's it. Bianca looks like the superstar that she is. As I saw someone point out, she is being booked like Cena back in like 07 or 08. Nothing wrong with that because Bianca is the star. After that, we go to the back, and Mela and Zelina are arguing. Sony comes up and says, "You're not getting your tag title shot now." Again, what the fuck? That didn't make no sense. They're like, "Why not?" And then Sony slaps Zelina. Mela stands up for her, and then Sony says, "Don't touch me. I'm an official." And then Mela says, "Well, Zelina's falling away," and then she slaps Mela. Those two broke up before Mela's honeymoon, and now they're back together. But I don't know. It's very weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But I'm not gonna gripe on it because that's my one negative of the whole show, and it's not that big of a deal. Best way to book Bianca. Agree 125% because she is that good. She is so damn good. She commands presence and she commands just that superstardom. She has it. Back to the show, though. We get an Edge and Priest segment. They're talking about AJ and what they're going to do, what they're here for. More of the same stuff. Just a little bit better this week. I like the presentation a little bit better this week. And then ends with Priest talking about, you'll get yours next to Finn Balor because they have a match later tonight. So it was a nice segment. I like this one a lot more than the other stuff they've done. Not to say the rest has been bad. I just think this one just felt more authentic. Commercial break, come back, and it's time for Veer to come, and he comes hard on this jobber. Don't remember his name. He looked like Michael Elgin, whatever the heck, how you say his name is, and Veer destroys him. He throws him on the table, destroys him some more. They come out, pull him off, and I'm pretty sure that dude goes to the hospital like the rest of them. Hey, kitty. But that was that. After that, we get a Bobby Lashley promo, talk about his upcoming arm wrestling match. And he is, I don't know. I tune out with Bobby. He's not very exciting to me when he's talking. Nothing against him. He's still a beast, just not very exciting when he's talking. But after that, we go to the ring. MVP and Omos are in the ring, and they cut a promo on Bobby talking about they're going to beat him in the arm wrestling match. Arm wrestling match happens. It's the same old, just back and forth. Who's going to win? Obviously, Bobby Lashley's going to win. He's the face. That's how it always happens. He beats him. He starts celebrating. He looks to MVP. Omos destroys Bobby Lashley to the point where he ends up taking the arm wrestling table and slamming it on him, beating him down. He leaves Bobby Lashley a mess. Nobody cares. Yes, I have to agree to an extent. I think it can be done if it can be done in a good way, it can be effective. I wasn't into it. I'm not buying it. When you have story between MVP and Bobby Lashley, and you have someone as masterful on the mic as MVP, there's story you could tell. You don't have to do silly stuff like this. But it is what it is. Not 100% mad at it. But yeah, that's that. Next, we have a 24/7 segment from earlier in the day where R-Truth is offering couples counseling to Tozawa and Tamina, and then Dana and Reggie after the wedding stuff happened last week. And now he's going to be playing the referee. He's going to be playing referee for the tag match they're going to be having, the mixed tag match they're going to be having, and that's up next. And again, R-Truth is the referee. You know the man got something up his sleeve. I called it. I knew it was happening. I still love it because R-Truth is a funny dude. Match happens, and my man Akira Tozawa, with all of the power, ends up getting a pinfall victory here. I love it. More Tozawa pinfalls. He needs it because the dude is fantastic. And he is coming into his own with his character work. I think he's doing fantastic. It was nice to see him get a pin. But as all hell's breaking loose, R-Truth's trying to help Dana out the ring. She goes to do it. R-Truth rolls her up and tries to count his own self. He can't hold it because he's counting at the same time. And then Dana's like, "What the heck? I trusted you." And he goes, I'm sorry. That's the segment. I really enjoyed the 24/7 stuff lately. I think it's kind of funny. But I am not an uptight Twitter hater person like most people. That's just me. I know what it's for. I embrace what it is, and I enjoy it. I suggest you do the same if you're not enjoying it, or just don't watch it. But that's me. It was very fun. Yo. Nice to see you in the chat. Then from there, we get Becky Lynch promo. About time. Been waiting for my girl Becky to come back. And she comes out. She's completely broken. She's just distraught. It's been 3 years since she come out on Raw with no title. But she's nothing wrong with some good. Thank you, Nick. There is nothing wrong with goofy nonsense. As long as the whole show ain't goofy nonsense. Like, you want some entertainment sprinkled in here and there. But Becky talks about how she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back stronger than ever, and nobody's gonna stop her. Not Bianca, not Sonya, not Liv, not she named someone else I don't remember. But then out comes the Asuka makes a return. Thank everybody, whoever we need to thank them so much because Asuka, we've been missing her. Now we just need to get Bayley involved in the women's division. Is beautiful. Asuka comes out, does the dance and stuff. It's fantastic. Asuka is full of charisma and energy, so it's always good to see her on there. It's Becky's. I know people like to say Charlotte's her best rival. I think Asuka's Becky's best rival. Because she has Becky's number. So that's a good story to come out of losing the title with. Now she has to take on the biggest pain in the ass that Becky's had. It's good stuff. And Asuka's basically, she flicked her in the nose and said, "You will not take care of me because nobody's ready for Asuka." She tries to hit Asuka. Asuka tries to hit her, and then Becky just runs. It's playing more chicken shit heel. Good stuff. Becky just continues to do the best character work in all the women's wrestling. That argue with a wall. I don't care what you got to say about it. That's a fact. I won't listen to any argument against it. Her character work is the best. So happy to see the Empress back. She is the best. She is very, very underrated. And I know a lot of people love her, but I don't think people truly understand the energy that she brings to the women's division. Like it's lacking. Like there's a lot of good women wrestlers, but none of them bring the energy like Asuka does, and that's always good. And she's good in the ring. That's a good 1-2 combo for her. After that, Street Profits, they have a promo talking about they don't care who wins at WrestleMania Backlash. They're up next, and they want the smoke. That's what it was because they beat RK Bro last week, so now they're gonna be next in line. I'm okay with that. Street Profits, Usos, that'll be fun. Because I don't see RK Bro winning the WrestleMania Backlash. After that, we get the Damian Priest versus Finn Balor match, and I will just say this: the entrance for Edge and Finn Balor was dope AF. Edge on his little throne, Priest standing at his side, and they're just coming out on like whatever. I can't think of the word right now, but they're just sliding out, and it's cool as shit with lights and the music, and the wings in the back look like they're coming out of the chair. The Edge is sitting in the throne, whatever you want to call it. It was amazing. I love it. The whole presentation of that, brilliant. Finn and Priest, they have themselves a nice match. You expect at this point. They've faced each other quite a few times over the few months. Finn was about to get the win, coup de grace, but Edge stood up from his throne. Finn looked for a second, turned back, chokeslam. Looks like Priest picked up a new finisher. It's bad. Just use the outsider's edge, my man. He used it earlier in the match on the apron. That should be the finisher, not the lifted flatliner. It looks stupid. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to jump the gun on it. Priest getting the win here. Good. He needed that. It's been a minute. He's fallen off a little bit since before losing the United States title. So he needs to get back on that winning ways. And this was a good one. Poor Finn. He just keeps losing. But we'll see. We'll see what he comes out at the other end of this with. From there, we get a Miz TV with Austin Theory. And this segment, the finish, yes, thank you, Nick. It is done. It's just a flatliner, and he just picks him up. And it looks stiff. It looks horrible. It looks like I can't. It looks worse than Bobby Lashley's, and that's saying something. But Miz TV, we got Austin Theory's the guest, and they basically just kissing each other's ass. Austin Theory talking about, oh, my apologies. It's just Theory now. He talking about he looked up to Miz when he was younger. He respects him. And then Miz talking about, I'm going to give you some advice because I see a lot of you in me. You're a champion now. You're a young, good-looking guy. People are going to come after you. Don't let them bubble. And basically he ends up saying, don't let anybody challenge you for that title. Make them earn it. So when the Mustafa Ali, yes, he made his return tonight, in case you didn't see on the Twitter, because that got spoiled as well. He comes out and he basically they take some shots at him about his whole trying to leave off Twitter and yeah, whatever. Then he says, if I wanted to hear a joke, if I wanted to laugh, I'd watch you wrestle, Miz. Miz like, huh? it basically ends. He asks Austin Theory for a match. Austin Theory says, "Ha, no." And then Miz starts running his mouth, talking about, I would glad to beat you up, but I don't make the matches around here. And then Austin Theory's on his phone and goes, "Oh, I can. I just texted Vince. You can face him now." And Miz is like, "Oh, really? That's awesome. I can't believe you just did that." So we get Miz versus Mustafa Ali, and it was a very good. This might be my favorite match all night. I don't really expect to see much from Miz in matches. I know that's terrible to say, but he's a safe wrestler. You don't really get the 5-star classics with him. But when he feels like he has something to prove, he can pull out some great matches. And Mustafa Ali is a great dance partner for him. They had a very solid match, especially with Mustafa being off TV for as long as he's been. He hasn't had a match in I don't know how long. It's been a while. So they had a very good match. Mustafa won with a little roll up. If you've been watching his little videos, his training sessions, he pulled one of those little moves off to pin Miz. So that's good. He's walking away celebrating. And there is not Tommaso Ciampa, just Ciampa to attack him from behind. So Ciampa looks like he's going to be a heel. Thank you. Because he doesn't need to be no babyface. That shit don't work. If you watch Black and Gold NXT, you know how badass Ciampa is as a bad guy. So Ciampa, Mustafa Ali, Matt, the feud program, Matt, I don't care. It's gonna be amazing. I very look forward to that. It's going to be awesome. After that, we get a Rhea interview, and she basically puts it out there. It's simple. When she came up to Raw, she won the Raw Women's title. She lost Women's title. Then she's been playing around with these tag teams, and she's always getting screwed over by her tag team partners. She's done with it. Cue Liv Morgan coming in and jumping on her. They start fighting, and then they get pulled apart. That's a segment. They're just building up some animosity there, some heat there. I still think this is the wrong decision, but I'll see where they go with it, and hopefully this time they do Rhea right with the booking as opposed to last year when she won the title, and it was just horrible booking for her. Yes, those matches with Ciampa are going to be insane as long as they let them go. I know they're going to limit them to an extent, but if they just say, "Hey, you guys got 10 minutes, go do what you can do," it's going to be beautiful. Now it is time for the main events. We got that 8-man tag. KO. Oh, no. Excuse me. I'm jumping the gun because we got a hilarious segment. We start with KO and Alpha Academy, and basically Kevin Owens talking about, "I'm not paying you that money. I'm not paying you because those results were wrong on the lie detector test." Then Seth Rollins comes up. Chad Gable's like, "Hey, we're having an A+B conversation, so you can see yourself out of here." And then Kevin Owens like, "You call me a B person?" And then he goes, "Get out of here. I'm not paying you. I'm not paying you." Seth talked about, we're tag partners. We got to come up with a plan. And Kevin's like, you forget about last week? I was busting my ass for you, and then you insulted me. And then basically, I'm a way better friend than you are. And he goes, whoa. This isn't a competition here. I literally was laughing out loud when Seth delivered that line. I can do it no justice. You should watch the segment because he is hilarious. Him and Kevin Owens together are amazingly hilarious. Kevin Owens, anybody is hilarious. Champagne stupid phone. I know the feeling, bro. I know the feeling. I do it all day long. Now it is time for the main event. And we get, like I said, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Usos versus RK Bro, Cody Rhodes, and Ezekiel. This match went over, I think, 2 commercial breaks. Cody's entrance lasted through a whole commercial break. That's hilarious. Little disappointed Randy didn't get the final entrance here. It was his night, give him his flowers, but it is what it is. Seth got it because we get the crowd. I get it. Match, what you expect. It's not crazy overbooked. You had Riddle doing what he does best, just really building that hot tag to Randy by getting his ass whooped, taking that beating, but slowly getting closer and closer each time. I like that he didn't crawl to get the hot tag this time. The Uso did the Enziguri, and he fell into the tag. I like that. It's different. I just want to give the props for that because I liked it. Randy come in, cleaned house. He did the power slam, went to the outside. He did the backdrop on the announce table on 1, 2, 3 of them. After doing the thumb poke to Kevin Owens' eyes, Randy, classic Randy, goes back in, hits the Hangman DDT. Then literally everybody on the team KO, Seth, Usos, Aiden RKO. Randy got the pinfall win. 1, 2, 3. Celebrate with Randy because it is his night. That's how you end the show. It was a fun main event. It was. We knew what was happening. We knew what to expect with Randy getting that ending. But sometimes it works beautifully, and it did tonight. Randy deserved it. So that was the show. Again, I think it was a fantastic show. I was thoroughly entertained throughout the entire thing. And my only gripe, again, was the Bianca and Zelina pairing, but I don't even care because it was during the Bianca. So it's not even that big of a deal. It's just kind of like nitpicking stuff. As long as it's not something that continues on and becomes a bigger thing. But now I just want to go back to the whole Riddle thing. I think it is criminal that Riddle does not get more credit for what he has done with this team. This team was not supposed to be anything. Just a little, here it is, now it's gone thing. And now it is the hottest thing in WWE, minus the Tribal Chief. I'll bow down to it. RK Bro is second to that. But it is the hottest thing in WWE, and it has been for a long time. It has... when Raw has been bad, RK Bro has still always been good. And that is a credit to Matt Riddle. No disrespect to Randy. It is a credit to Matt Riddle because of his character work, which isn't even character work. That's who he is. Randy Orton is arguably the greatest heel in the history of professional wrestling. So for us to accept him this late in his career as the babyface he is today, he's never been this over as a babyface in his entire career. And it's because of Riddle. It's because of what Riddle does with his stuff. The pairing is beautiful. Riddle has made magic. Yes, I've been on this bandwagon since day one. There's been a lot of haters on Riddle. There's been a lot of naysayers on Riddle. I've been on this bandwagon since day one. I'm doing the champ of Pat back. Whoever does, I'm doing it because I've been saying it since day one. Yes, I am Team Riddle since day one. I love seeing Randy have fun. It is such a breath of fresh air for this man. It's breathe a new life. You can tell this man has a new energy to him as opposed to what he was doing like the past 3-4 years. And that just can't go unnoticed. Riddle is an MVP. Bye. He is an MVP in this in WWE right now. Oh, thank you. I thought you just said bye. You didn't like what I was doing. What's up, man? Thank you for the props there. But yes, I feel like it needed to be said. I can't praise Riddle enough because he just does such great work in the ring, selling. His segments are always funny as shit. And the biggest thing is just breathing that new life into Randy and giving him this new, this new face. Like I don't recognize Randy as that evil sumbitch anymore. I look at him as like, that's RK Bro. That's Randy. That's good guy Randy. That's babyface Randy. I love it. So kudos, bow down to Riddle. It's been amazing. I just wanted to get that in there. I thank you all for joining. Thank you, Nick, for jumping in the chat. Good talking to you, bud. Miss you this weekend. And I will see everybody on Wednesday after Dynamite for that recap. Great episode tonight. Let's hope that just keeps going throughout the week. Let's get a great episode of NXT. Let's get a great episode of Dynamite so I could be this pumped and excited for Dynamite. Let's get a great episode of Impact, SmackDown, Ramp, all of it. Let's get great wrestling all week long because when Raw starts the week off great, it tends to float over into all the episodes. So let's get that. None of this negativity. Let's be positive. Let's look at this as positive. Great Monday night. Let's get a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's do it, baby. Let's be happy about this. There's never been this much wrestling at our fingertips. Stop hating on everything. Stop being so negative and just embrace the awesomeness that is professional wrestling. I'm begging you. I am begging you. I'm tired of seeing the fighting all the time. But I'm rambling at this point. I'm that excited. I really enjoyed tonight's episode. thank you. Great episode. I really appreciate it, Nick. And again, I will see everybody on Wednesday night after Dynamite. So goodbye. Boom. Bye. We're not done.